Alright, folks. Thank you for coming back to Teddy Bear 2.0. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about back. Back exercises, things that I do, what I enjoy about the back exercises that I do, and why I do them. As most people know, back is one of the bigger muscle parts in your body, and being one of the bigger ones, you have to exercise it properly to get that thickness and the width that you're looking for. A lot of people exercise for thickness but not for width, or for width only, not for thickness. I try to incorporate both. So I go for good form, and then I go for heavier weights just to kind of build thickness, and with crappier form, as you'll see through the videos. Granted, I won't show every exercise, every rep that I do, because it'd take too long, but for the most part, I'll show the basics of, pretty much the basics of what I consider a proper back exercise day. Alright, hope you folks enjoy. Alright, folks, so let's get into the exercise. Before I started doing back, I did a full shoulder warm-up. I will do a video dedicated specifically for full shoulder warm-up one of these days. But right now, we start off with the basic wide grip pull downs. You will see 3 different variations of this pull down from 3 different guys. I like to keep it all in my lats, as you can see that they get turned on a lot more. Whereas Roman, this guy right here, a buddy of mine who came out to work out with us, really strong, really big. I'll have to link his YouTube somewhere in the page once he sends it to me. But he's also starting up his own physique channel and strength. So between the 3 of us, you see that each of us has our own little variation. Whereas Roman likes to go faster in lower chest, Pavel's more controlled time under tension. That's his way of doing things. And he has a massively wide back, as you can tell. So, to each his own. Once again, this exercise, we moved on to the next exercise, which is close grip pull downs to the chest, and it works the inner part of the back, the inner part, and also a little bit of lats. At this weight, we were doing only 200 pounds pull downs, but for me, I think that's enough, and it's sufficient enough where I have a decent enough form while still maintaining, a good pump and stretch in my back. As you see with mine, I try to go up as high as it allows me. Every time I come up, it goes till the very top, until the stopper hits the top, or the bottom, the actual weights. I feel I get a better stretch out of this, and with the better stretch, I feel, I get a better exercise, so that's why I do it. I try to have extremely slow motions, especially for these. Now, next is a hammer strength machine. These, you'll see, I try to, keep my elbows closer to my body instead of flaring them out too much. They still come out a little bit, but for the most part, I try to focus on keeping them closer and engaging that lats, as you can see from here. Whereas Roman right now, he's going a little bit faster, not as much, I guess, range, but he's going for higher reps, and he's just going for, a better pump, I guess you should say it. As you can see him doing his. He also grabs higher, that way he has to come up higher, and it gets more of a stretch in his back going than if you grab a little bit lower. Pavel, on the other hand, is always, the slow, methodic way of time under tension, slow reps, controlled reps. Right here, we're working with 4 plates on each side. Or is it 4? No, this is the warm-up sets that we did, and then he moved to 4 plates, and then here's a video of him doing 5 plates. A lot shallower range of motion, but at 5 plates, it builds that thickness that's really hard to get with less plates. Next, we moved on to the next hammer strength machine, and this one, it kind of hits the back a little bit different. So the one thing I told Roman is go more of a go further range of motion than this. Then me and Pavel, we moved on to single hand rows. This way you can isolate the back a little bit more. You can isolate the single side of the back and do each side of the back by itself, which is sometimes a good thing to do, per back. Most of these exercises we did three to four sets, depending on the weight. And so we get to a weight, like right now, we're at 3 plates and a quarter, and we got to this weight, and we did 3 sets of this, then did a set of 4 plates, then came back down and did another cool down set. So, same with me. This is a single hand pull. I try to get as much range of motion as I can, engaging that rear delt, engaging the back, the inside back, the lats, engaging a little bit of it all. I like to use straps on this. Turns off some of my bicep and kind of gives me more of that pull in my back instead of just bicep, So it's another one of those exercises that, I believe a good range of motion is better than just doing it. After that, we went to bent over rows. These, the best thing to do that I found is come towards your pelvis. So bring it in towards your pelvis, and it kind of engages that, different areas of your back. Pavel was doing 225 because his back is a lot stronger. He's pretty much beast moding all his weights. He was the highest weight on all his stuff. And so you'll watch his form, right? Here's his form from the front. So you coming up into your pelvis, and so you're pulling in there, which is turning on your lats, your rhombos, I think, I don't know. It's the inside and the outside of your back that gets turned on, and with higher weight. Roman, on the other hand, he is a very strong back, and so he wants to go down deeper and lower. And so that's why he's standing up on the chair. That way he has a greater range of motion while he's doing this exercise. And for him, he feels it so much better than just doing the basic, let me just stand here and pull it like we are. After that, we have a single hand pull variation where we use the Smith machine instead of dumbbells. That way you don't have that momentum of moving. You just have an up and down motion where you get to turn on your lats. And the range of motion isn't super, long, but it gets it really nice. As you can tell, his back is already getting pumped up. I'm trying to get a little bit, greater range of motion because once again, my back is weaker and smaller, and so I kind of tend to go lighter weight a little bit, but focus more on getting, a little bit more range of motion for me. Even though I don't get as much time and attention because I have a little bit of a bounce in the top and the bottom. But I'm slowly working to try to correct it, get more towards Pavel level, where it's, I don't bounce as much. As you can see, I'm kind of a little bit bouncing when I'm bringing my weight up and down. After that, we went down to 105-pound dumbbell for single hand rows. Because even though, yes, we isolated it without the stability muscles, we want those stability muscles. And we want to engage that weight, in our lat throughout our whole exercise of our lat. This is where this exercise is great. A few tips for those that don't feel it. Try to bring your elbow in closer to your body. It seems like Pavel's elbow's out pretty far. You gotta understand though, his back's a lot wider, so his back naturally pushes his, elbows out a little bit more. I try to do mine, but this is a little bit heavier weight than I usually go. But the way I wanted to work with was taken, so I had to, improvise a little bit. Another thing I like to do sometimes is bring the weight forward, which you can see engages that lat muscles. And those things, it's always good to get that engagement going. And then the last few reps, I kind of just did, straight up back pull, instead of the coming forward at all. But I'm cheating with my leg pumps because, once again, the weight's too high, but I still got to get my reps in, As one of my old workout partners used to say, do homework. Sets and reps, baby. Sets and reps. Once you get your sets and reps in, you're going to be all good. So here we have Roman. He wanted to do a little bit of bench because he likes to do chest and back. And so he didn't do the dumbbell pulls, but he's like, I want to do a little bit of chest. And so right here is 315 plus, what is it? I don't even remember. I think a 10 and a 5 on each side. So I think he's either 335 or 345, or even maybe 355. I don't remember. I'm going to have to double check, and I'll put it in the comment post below. But really strong guy, as you can see him, really beast mode strength. Then we're towards the finishing up. I like doing these. These are a variation of pullovers, and with these, I really love how they hit my lats and my serratus muscle. That is the muscle right by your rib cage that connects your lats and between your lats and your chest. It's the muscle that looks really sexy if you flex without your shirt off and you're thin enough. Mine's still not there yet because I keep gotta drop another 5-10 pounds for it to come out properly, but I'm working on it. And as you see, once again, Pavel, he's doing it his way, and he's kind of a little bit quicker than I am, but he's still focusing on it. And you can see the thickness of his back. He has an extremely thick back. That's because he does really heavy weights and he works on them. And you see right here from this angle, you can kind of see how that lat muscle gets turned on. It's extremely focused exercise for the lats. For those who don't feel it, biggest thing that they got to do is drop the weight. You don't go as high of a weight. Then we finished off with a little bit of this back exercise. Different grip variation. So it kind of uses a little bit more of rear delts as well while using the rear delts and lats and a little bit of traps involved in it as well. And so kind of like, I don't know, it was our finisher exercise, and just one of those exercises that I like to add once in a while. We don't do it all the time, but once in a while add it to that. After this, Pavel went in, he wanted to do a little bit of arms because it's back and arms. You always use your arms when you do back. And just look at, from the angle, look how big this guy is. Like, his back is stupid big. Like, thickness and width. He's got it both. And that's because he goes for a good pump, and he also goes for a good thing.